Hello, everyone, and how are y'all doing today? Welcome to Let's Talk Sunday. Today's topic is fatherless daughters, and I have a bit of advice for the fathers that are not in their daughters' lives, and I want to thank the fathers that are in their daughters' lives. And I want to give advice to the young ladies that may deal with this situation. It is imperative that we have a relationship with our fathers. I just want to put that out there. It is imperative that we have a relationship with our fathers. And if we do not have a relationship with our fathers, it can have detrimental effects, which I will discuss in this topic. And fathers always be an example to your daughters, no matter if you're in the life or in their lives or not. And I want to encourage young ladies in this segment to maybe rekindle your relationship with your father, maybe sit down and talk with them and ask them questions, because it's good to ask questions, okay? And I pray that you enjoy the show. I pray that you enjoy this segment. And young ladies, love yourselves unconditionally, okay? All right, now let's get into this topic of fatherless daughters. Hello, everyone. Hello. How are y'all doing today? All right. Hey, all that and more. How are you doing today? Hello. Hi, babies. How are you doing today? Okay. My thing is, my name is Sharice Johnson Moore, and I wanted to have this segment, and this is Let's Talk Sunday. My name is Sharice Johnson Moore, and thank you for coming in to this broadcast. I greatly appreciate it. I wanted to say that I want to talk to the women in this segment. I'll talk to the women in this segment. And the title today is Fatherless Daughters. And why I picked this topic was because I think we need to really express ourselves as fatherless daughters. And what I mean by that is not having your father involved in your life. I'll give you my experience, and then I'll tell you what the result of my experience. I'm talking about my experience, and then I'll give you some pointers of how to handle this situation. Okay. We as women, I'm going to say we as women, we have this propensity to be bold, be brave, be boisterous, be strong, be resilient, how could I say this? We can have, that strong will, because my grandmother had it. And She was very, very, very instrumental in showing me how strong a woman could be. And when you are, hey Yusuf, how you doing? And my thing is you can be strong and you can have the propensity of not having a father in your life. I was raised by my father's mother, okay? And by me being raised by my father's mother, yes, my father was there. He was visible. I'm gonna keep it on a visible. Oh, he was visible. He would come in, how you doing, and pay me no attention. Even though my father might have lived with us periodically, and but he was not completely involved in my life. And I wanted to tell all the men that may be listening that you are needed in your daughter's lives. Because you are the first example that she sees of how a man is supposed to treat her. And when you show her your mannerisms and you show her your I'll say the way you your work ethic, and she is seeing all these things about you in her life, in her daily growing up. Hello, how are you doing today? Hi, Mike Berry, how are you doing today? And if I have any fathers in the house, I thank you for coming in. And your daughters are the first ones to see what an example of what a man is, what a man does, and how a man handles his life and the way life is thrown at him. From work ethic to how you handle relationships with other women. If you're married couples, how you handle relationship with your partner. And daughters are observing everything that you do as a father. I cannot stress that enough. I cannot stress that enough. And sometimes what the men show is what she picks up of how she's supposed to be treated as a woman, as a child, as a teenager, as a young lady. Okay? And we have this thing of if we see something and we grow up with it, and that's how I made I'll give this example. My father was a womanizer, and he would not have one girl. He would have one girlfriend, and he changed to another, then he changed to another, and he was always, I know, me as a person, I know that in this instance, this is what was my observance. My observance was my father jump from one woman to another woman, to this woman, to that woman. And he never had stable relationships. And it was always with his friends and how his friends and showboating for his friends and he getting drunk with his friends and things like that. And this is what I observed as a young child growing up. And I remember one time where I had asked, my grandma had told me to ask my father. He came in one day. He asked my father, said, well, go ask your father, so you can get some money so you can get some Easter clothes. This is as one experience I talk about in my book, Coming to Loving Yourself, in this book. And it's the experience of he comes in, I ask him, I said, Dad, can I have some money so grandma can purchase me some Easter clothes. It's Easter time and everybody going shopping. The girls go get dresses and things like that. Because before this experience, my dad's girlfriend at the time she came over and he said, well, yeah, she talked about her experience with my father and that he gave her some money so he could take her girls, so she could take her girl shopping. And my grandma said, oh, she did. Oh, he did he? Okay, so my grandma said, okay, well, she said, why don't you go ask him? I said, okay, cool. So I went to go ask my father. And he said, his reply was, where do you think I get money from? And he said, no, I don't have no money right now, Sharice. I don't have no money right now. And no, I can't give you any money for going shopping. East clothes shopping. So that was I say that in that moment, it hurt my feelings. It hurt my feelings. I think I was 7 or 8 years old, or 9 or something like that, 10. I can't remember. I know I was young. And in that experience, it crushed my spirit. It crushed my spirit to the point where I never asked my father for anything else after that. And in that moment, that's how I guess it resonated with me of this is how men act with women. Okay, because you get to the point where you don't really ask for what you need from a man from that standpoint of view. If your father has ever told you no about something, and that kind of crushed my spirit because all the other stuff I was dealing with at home at the time. And it gave me no confidence to ask a boyfriend in my early years or a man in my later years, in my young adult between 20 and I'm going to say 20 and 40 years old, right? And it gave me no confidence to ask a man for what I needed or desired or have standards of what I wanted out of a man or what I wanted in myself. And I just knew my grandma was a strong woman and she did everything by herself and didn't ask a man for anything. Okay. But when you have this relationship with your father and the father is not present, and then you actually get to talk to him and the conversation is not talking, it's why don't you do this or why don't you do that? And basically it was a thing of I see my relationship with my father was I see you but I don't see you. You're there but I don't talk to you. And then sometimes this thing in life can be so traumatic to a young lady when she's looking up to her father, when she has a father as an example of what he's supposed to be. He's supposed to sit down, talk to her, he's supposed to comfort her, he's supposed to give her what she needs. And then later on in life, plus I didn't feel protected at home. Because some things happened to me in my childhood and my father was not there to protect me. And I felt very vulnerable in that space. And when a young lady is not feeling protected in her space, she doesn't feel like she can count on anybody. She feels like she can't count on anybody to have her back when no one is there for her. And my therapist said this. She said, I gave my therapist the book. And she said, no one was there for you. I said, nope. No one was there for me. I mean, yeah, you can have your grandparents there. I was raised by my grandparents. But when your parents are not involved in your life, it makes you feel vulnerable as a child, as a young adult, as a teen. And When you're not protected, and you're not valued, and you're not shown any love, you go outside of the realm of looking for love in all the wrong places. Okay, because I did not feel love. I did not feel love from my father, and I think that propelled me to go out and, as a teenager, to go out and do stuff that I wasn't supposed to be doing. And life can throw you a curveball sometimes. I saw the example of marriage between my grandma and my grandfather, and that was to the point where they lived together, but I don't think they liked each other, because when I got older, they was like really fussing and arguing, and then they spilled the beans on each other and da 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 da. And I was like, oh my God, I can't believe, and that kind of destroyed my value system with them as well, because I thought they had a long, loving relationship as grandparents, because that's what they showed me up until they started arguing. But anyway, so when a man is not in the home, a man is not an example, uh, it makes a young lady want to go out and find somebody to be her father figure example. Because that's what I thought I was trying to find when I got older in my teenage years. I found I wanted to be with older guys. And that won't hit on nothing either, child. That won't hit on nothing, because look, it don't matter what age these young men are, they are not taught. They are not taught. Okay? What an example of what a man should be to a woman, and how he should show himself to a woman. And us young ladies have to understand and learn that a boyfriend, a man in a boyfriend, or a boyfriend in teenage years. I'm gonna say that boyfriend in teenage years, and being with somebody is not gonna make you whole. It not gonna make you whole, and not. And I suggest to all the fatherless daughters, that you get into things that you like. Find some things that you like. All the characteristics that you like about yourself, that that aren't bad at all. I found singing to be one of my gifts, and I found that singing released me from all this pain I was feeling in my life. Find out and get to know you as a young lady, as a daughter. Find out what you want in life, what you want out of life, what you're going to make your life be. That's what I should have been concentrating on, instead of chasing out behind somebody. I was too busy chasing out behind somebody because I wasn't feeling loved at home. And when we don't feel love at home, we gravitate to anybody that'll give us attention. Oh, because they say, you look beautiful, and you look nice, and you got a nice butt, and and you look so pretty, and da 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 da. Ain't nothing wrong with compliments. Ain't nothing wrong with a compliment, okay? But don't let that compliment lead you to a bedroom where you're having unprotected sex, and you think this dude is really into you, because I thought if I had sex with someone, they would automatically like me and would never leave me. But that's not true either. You have to find that person within. You have to love that person that you are. I like knitting. I like sewing. I like I like doing chores. I like painting. I like keeping house clean. I like restoring furniture. My grandma taught me that trade. My grandma taught me a lot of things that a woman should have in her arsenal as a woman. When she bring that to the table, when she get the right one, she taught me how to be a virtuous woman. And if we do not teach our daughters to be virtuous women, we not teach. That's another subject for another day. But fathers, thank you to the ones that stick around. Thank you to the ones that's teaching the girls what not to do, what to do. Okay, well, no, you don't need to be with that boy. Or no, he ain't got nothing going for himself. Do he have goals? And then, do he have anything? No, you can't mess that. I remember when I got older, right? My father was kind of involved in my life, and he would come and talk to me about certain things. I thought, wow, and I was up there in age. He said, no, that's wrong. He married. Stop messing with him. Yeah. Well, I was just all willy-nilly because I thought it was, oh, he liked me. He liked me. I don't care about his wife. I don't care. No, because you're not showing your self-respect, and he not showing you none either. I realized that after a while myself. A lot of things about you, fatherless daughters. And the thing is, get into what you want to do with your life. You want to go back to school? Go back to school. Do things that make you happy. Know you and love you unconditionally, even if you did it even if it means being by yourself. Ain't nothing wrong with being by yourself. There's nothing wrong with being by yourself. I really now I desire the purpose of being by myself. I love it. I love when I can sit down, I can concentrate on what I need to concentrate and do what I want to do, and I don't have to sit around and hold nobody's hand. I don't have to sit around and be they mama at the same time while trying to be their girlfriend. Okay? And love yourself unconditionally, regardless of what people say about you. That was one of my things as being a young lady. My father never encouraged me. My father never spent time with me. He never gave me a wise word. It was like, okay, his life was all about him. But I learned that I love me. I love me. I love everything I do now, because me has grown and matured to the point where it don't take no little simple compliment to get me all excited. Ooh, he like me. Ooh, he like me. Like, cause I've been through that phase of believing. It gets to the point where in your life you will understand that if you don't know yourself, if you don't know what you got standards for, if you don't know what you have going for yourself, you will be running around here looking like a chicken with your head cut off. Because you don't know what you want to do with your life. And you too busy chasing down behind somebody else because you think that they're going to lead you to the promised land. And it ain't going to work like that. Love yourself unconditionally, where you can support yourself, you can take care of yourself, you can pay your own bills, you can get your own car, you can live your own life, and you do not have to live by other people's standards. I see so many young ladies, they out here popping out babies left and right. And ladies, young ladies, look, ain't nothing wrong with staying a virgin till you get married. Ain't nothing wrong with staying a virgin till you get married. That's right, I said that. Because I'm gonna keep it real with these fatherless daughters. Because we are so trained, the girls are so, they don't have a father, they don't have anybody to look to, they don't have anybody to look up to as far as a man's concerned. A lot of girls and it's like they popping out these babies, and I'll be like, when is you gonna get it through your head that having a baby ain't gonna keep nobody either? Having kids do not keep people around. Having all these cheering and all. Look, that ain't it. That is not it. Okay, and the thing is we have to teach our girls. If we do not have their fathers in their life, we have to teach them value. You have to teach them things that they will have to learn. They could take it to the world, and they could take it themselves, and they could take care of themselves. Sit down, talk to them. Sit down and talk to them, to children. Sit down and talk to them. So they don't go out here and keep doing the same thing that they see somebody else do. Oh, what's her name having a baby? Who? She said she having a baby. I want to have a baby too. Oh, Lord, please. Remember that Good Times episode? I think it was a Good Time episode when they found out Penny found out her friend was pregnant, and she was talking about, yeah, she pregnant, and da 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 da, and the girl like 12, 13 years old. I mean, you know, we don't want we want to keep our girls nice and pure and lovable. And the only way to teach them how to be that way is to be the examples that they need. So I take all my stuff. I decided when my father passed away that I was going to go ahead and do all the things that I want to do with my life and enjoy it to the fullest, besides sitting around waiting on somebody else's approval. That was one of my things. I mean, because I was raised as a person where you're not. I was told I was not good enough. I was told I was even made to feel like I wasn't good enough. When my parents would shun me away, what you want? Go away. Go sit down somewhere. Go play. Go. And it's like we're not teaching our kids. And then that's why they go out here and try to find somebody else, and they get hooked up with the wrong people, and they get to doing the wrong thing like drugs or alcohol, smoking weed, and all this other stuff. And we don't sit down with our daughters. They will be out there in the world they'll be out there in the world with no hitch and buggy. Nothing. It's just emptiness. Just thinking, okay, if I just be with this dude, or I could, or if I could just be with this person or that person, they'll complete me. No, they will not. You got to complete yourself. You got to believe in yourself. You got to keep your mind in the books. Let me tell you, keep your mind in the books. Get that education. Now, that's one thing my granddaddy did tell me. Get your education, because that's something that they can't take away from you. They will not be able to take that away from you. And when you do, you can get further in life. You do not have to sit around and depend on somebody to just be with them. Enjoy your time alone. Enjoy your time in the book. Enjoy your time in school. But don't get too carried away. And not, hey, and then for us older ones, look, I have learned in my many 50 years that I do not have to take no mess off nobody. I don't have to. I had a conversation with a young man earlier on Facebook, on Facebook, a private message, and not naming names. And he came at me like, "Oh, you so beautiful. Oh, you this, you that." Okay, all right, cool. Thank you for the compliment. But now I'm an older woman, and I know how to have defenses about those things. Why you, da da da. He was asking me all these questions, and he wanted me to, talk to him on WhatsApp, right? And me being the adult I am, I said, look, I'm married. I got 3 grown kids. How old are you? Right? Because now I feel I'm 50, I'm old. I mean, I know that's not old, but I'm now up there in the season of age where I could ask, how old are you? Because the way he talked was a way of, I could say anything to you, a compliment, and you'll fall for it, and we're gonna talk, look, I'm old enough now, I know better than just take that compliment and run with that, and he liked me. Because now it's like My conversation is what you got going on with your life. What do you have? Do you have goals, hopes, dreams? That's what the things that we as daughters should be, as women, should be thinking in our minds when we meet a young man. Do he have goals? Do he have dreams? Do he have aspirations? Do he want to go to college? Do you see what are you doing with your life? What are you doing? Because me as a person, I'm trying to go somewhere. And as a young lady, we should be, we go to the prom, we go to the dances, we go to the cotillions, debutantes, things like that, and be smooth and cool about it. And we supposed, be, stay in the books and the things of that nature. And or we play sports. Now, if you play sports, that's good. If you got activity, that's good. Okay, keep that going as a young lady, as a person between the ages of 10 to 19. Keep that. Sports. If you've been raised in sports, go for it. Hey, have some goals and have some coof about yourself. Some coof. That's what my grandma used to call coof. Have some ethics, some morals or something, and don't just fall for anything or any line that a dude give you. Don't, because you could end up smoking some bad weed, or you're influenced by these people and they out here doing all this kind of stuff, and you could get into trouble. Hello, how are you doing today? And the thing is that we have to we have fathers. Thank you for staying in your daughter's lives. I'm going to give you that prop right now. Fathers, thank you for staying in your daughter's lives. Okay? Because it is a thing of you are setting the example for her of what she will see later or what she has to deal with when it comes to a man. Okay? Young ladies, yeah, little boy like you, okay? But where did he see himself 5, 10, or 15, or 20 years from now? Where does he see himself? And where do you see yourself? Well, do you see yourself going to college? Or do you see yourself owning your own business or a hair salon? Are you doing hair? Are you learning a skill? Are you do get these skills under your belt as a young lady? I remember I took it was a secretary class in high school. Was it an assistant class? It was something like a class for young ladies that was secretary. It was like secretary. You had to learn how all the secretary stuff, bookkeeping, things like that. And I took that in school. And I was like, okay, I used to be the worst typer, right? And then girls in the class used to be like, oh, I'm gonna go ahead and type. And they could type their 65 words a minute and had them long fingernails. And I'd be like, how did they do that, right? And when you young, learn all the skills you can. I don't care if you're taking a woodworking class, a wood shop class. Take that class in high school. Take whatever classes you like to be a part of. It's like if it's an accounting class, learn about money, learn about these things. If you're not taught those things at home, learn them in school. Get your education, because that will pay off later on down the road when you get 20, 25, 20, 30, 40. It could save your life all the way till you retire. Learn a skill. And don't get so dependent on being with somebody. I'm going to give this to the young lady. Don't be so in a hurry to devote your life to somebody that don't got nothing going on with their life. Because I'll give you this example. The first real serious relationship I had as an adult was somebody that didn't want to work, or somebody that did not want a job. was somebody that said, I don't want to work because to take a child support out my check. Excuse me. My thing is, really, really, dude, at the time, I was so propensed to making someone happy. I was so propensed to being with somebody that I decided I voluntarily took care of this person. And that led me down 5 to 7 years of misery because that person was not having, and that person had the nerve to be older than me. Just because they're older than you, young ladies, do not mean that they know better. Please, please. Just because they're older than you don't mean they know nothing. They know any better. Okay? Find out what they have going on in their spirit. What they going on with their minds. Okay? Get yourself together. Fatherless daughters. Because just because you don't have a father, just because your father isn't in your life or involved or you see him periodically, does not mean that you have to be, how can I say this? Just because your father is not involved in your life every day, every second of the day, does not mean you don't have to love him. That means, okay, I got this certain type of particular relationship with my father, and I enjoy what I do have. That's what I learned. I learned later on in life. It's not what you do, it's what you do have with the father. What you do have with your father. What you do encounter with your father. Okay, and take those things that sometimes they can give us negative criticism, and sometimes you can turn around and say, look, okay, Lord, okay, I'll take that and run with it. Because a lot of stuff my father was at me about, now I see what he was talking about. Okay? Now I see what grandma was talking about. Now I see what my granddaddy was talking about. Find out what they want out of life. You ain't got time to be dragging nobody else's suitcase with you on a trip. Somebody else's suitcase. Okay? Somebody else's suitcase. I said somebody else's suitcase with you dragging it along because you want to be a people pleaser, or I need this person in my life, or I need this person. I gotta have them. No, you don't gotta have them. Put God first. Put God first, child. Put God first in your life. If you don't have a relationship with him, sit down and read your Bible. Sit down, read your Bible. Sit down, have a relationship with God. Ask him what you need to do, and stop chasing down behind these men that ain't got nothing for you. Okay, so, and I'm going to say this. Fathers, thank you. Fathers, thank you for being there, and the stepfathers, and the uncles, and the cousins, and the men that are involved in the young ladies' lives. Thank you. Okay. I want to say thank you for coming in for Let's Talk Sunday. And young ladies, love yourself unconditionally. And you do not have to take no crap off nobody. You don't have to bend your wheel. You don't have to sit here and be abused or mistreated or act like the person treating you like you owe them something. No, you don't. Okay? You don't owe nobody nothing. Okay? If they got mommy issues, send them back to their mommies. Okay? If they got issues, they got other stuff going on, send them to a therapist. Okay? If you have issues within yourself, young ladies, please go see a therapist. Please. Please go see somebody that can help you to get over your fatherless issues. Because I know I carried those fatherless issues with me in my life, and I decided finally go ahead and get me a therapist, and I have come to resolve some of those issues. Well, I don't have to carry that luggage around with me. Oh, my father didn't love me, or he never spent no time with me, or he always used to send me away when I wanted attention from him. Those were some of my issues I dealt with. But once I set myself on God, once I set myself in, into God's hands, I decided to let all that stuff go. I don't have time for that. I don't have time because it's holding me up. I've been holding on to that stuff about 40 years, like in the wilderness. That's why I say in my book, I felt like I was in the wilderness because I would just go around in circles doing the same thing over and over and over, 40 years in the wilderness because of my issues and because I held on to them about not having my father in my life or not having my mother in my life or having all these other things that's going on in my life. I held on to that for 40 years, but I got tired. I got tired. And it was weighing me down and keeping me doing the same thing. And then, to add drugs and alcohol and all the other stuff to it to try to drown it out. It didn't drown it out. It just made the situations worse. So love yourself unconditionally, young ladies. Love yourself and put your plan together for your life. For your life that you need to do for you, not for somebody else. After you turn 18, it's your life. After you turn 18, it's your life. Your life. Yours. Yours. Not somebody else's, it's yours. Or my grandma say, it's yourn. That's your life. That's yourn. Okay? So I'm real country. So y'all get that, But love yourselves. Love yourselves unconditionally. Love yourselves where you don't have to bow down to nobody to make them like you. You don't have to bow down to nobody to make them like you or be your friend. Okay? So, I want y'all to have a blessed day. I love y'all. And I will talk to y'all at 3 o'clock for Think About It Sunday. 3 o'clock. Think About It Sunday. I love y'all, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye, babies. Oh, if you also want to let y'all know that I have a podcast. So the podcast, Sharice Johnson Moore Podcast, and you can go over here and listen if you're driving and you didn't have time to do a live or be in a live or watch it, okay? So go to Sharice Johnson Moore's Podcast. It's available on Apple, Amazon, and Spotify, okay? And Audible, okay? I love y'all. Peace out, babies. Love you. Hello, everyone. Sharice Johnson Moore here, owner and CEO of LBM TV. At LBM TV, our objective is to give you programming that will invigorate, motivate, and inspire you. Our programming will provide you with insight, in-depth knowledge, and solutions in your daily living. We can be seen on every smart TV, smartphone globally. We're located on the C1 Media Smart TV app, Apple TV, Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Android TV, and Google TV. So get ready to enjoy positive, uplifting programming for your daily living here at LBM TV, where we care about you. Hello, everyone. Hello. Sharice Johnson Moore here, and I have something special for you. Okay, I'm starting a new streaming channel, and it is entitled LBM TV. Okay, so I want to get you seen in front of 4.5 million people. Okay. You know how many people that is that you could advertise your business to, that you could put yourself on front of the people to be seen? 4.5 million people. Oh my God, that's a lot of people, right? So, I'm opening the door for all of those that would like to advertise on my TV channel, LBM TV, an opportunity to really get in front of the people. You can contact me through lbmtvmedia@gmail.com for further details. lbmtvmedia@gmail.com for further details. Okay, so I want to get you seen in front of 4.5 million people. Okay, so that's on a daily basis. And I wanted to let you know that I support all businesses. Okay, so come on in the room and get seen on TV. Okay, all right, babies, I love you.